Greetings, all you ninjas out there. I'm Duuz-Diz-Din coming at you with another Boruto Naruto Next Generations review. This time it's chapter 31 titled Monsters. As we see the showdown of Naruto Uzumaki versus the Kara villain Delta. Now, this is an interesting showdown because we've honestly never truly had a female antagonist to this extent. I mean, really, just think about it. How many non-filler female villains have been in Naruto? Some food for thought right there. But Delta has gone in against the wishes of Kashin Koji to take back the boy Kawaki. And Kawaki immediately states to Naruto, she's Delta, a higher-up of Kara, she's no joke. Delta gives a stern warning to Naruto, the Hokage of Konoha, that she has simply come for the boy, and asks him to step aside. Naruto declares that as long as he is within the Hidden Leaf Village, Kawaki is an important guest of the Hokage, and he will not hand him over to an outsider. Delta, being very irritable, has immediately declared that she will kill Naruto and simply take Kawaki back. She immediately goes on the offensive with a flurry of kicks and an agile style, whatever. It's pretty cool. You know, the combat here is actually pretty decent. You know, that's one thing this author has actually started to do a little bit more, and he's starting to get a little bit more comfortable with these characters. Because you can always tell that when they draw action scenes, and it actually flows fairly well. The distributing blows and all that good stuff. As Naruto agilely dodges all of Delta's kicks, grabs her legs and slams her into the floor, which immediately sounds sexual now that I've stated it out loud, but he even goes in to take her down with a Rasengan, only for the Rasengan to be absorbed into her eyes, much like the ninja tech we've seen before that absorbs in the attack and then distributes it back out afterwards, which, you know, immediately catches Naruto off guard, and Kawaki's just like, yo, she absorbed it into her eye. You know, very much like her own eye technique. So even using ninja tech, we have eye techniques here. And Naruto even recognized it as a ninja tool, and she, you know, busts out this massive, you know, spike from the ground that's made up of her foot. So it's very much in line with, as I've been saying time and time again, it's Jugo's abilities that we've seen. There is precedent for these abilities, and we're actually seeing it for somebody who actually knows how to handle these abilities. Because it always caught me off guard how irrelevant Jugo kind of became after a while, because the way his body molded and shifted and transformed, you know, the way the curse seals activated, you know, there's precedent for these abilities and how they work and how they're able to transform. It's that next step in evolution that kind of got done away with like midway through Shippuden, that I'm glad to actually see brought into a little bit more relevance here. You know, this kind of melding of technology and body modifications. And Delta declares just like, ninja tech pulses throughout my whole entire body. I am completely modified. So her entire body is, you know, technological. It's very similar to the Android saga. It's just like, you start to wonder, it's just like, well, how could she possibly stand up to someone like Naruto? But, you know, this is something we've seen before in the Android saga of Dragon Ball Z. It's just like, how on earth could artificial beings be so powerful? You know, even in Super, Android 17 shows strength and abilities that rival god power, and it's just like, how does an artificial being get this strong? You know, it's fantasy, man. Just roll with it. You know? And we saw the capabilities of Jugo. Again, I will keep harping on this. We have precedent for these abilities and these powers. And with all the ninja tech we've seen up till now, it makes sense that, again, we would go deeper into how powerful ninja tech can be. So Delta again goes on the offensive as she just, grapples with Naruto and then sends out these spikes from her leg that pierces Naruto's abdomen right in the gut. And at first, it seems like a fatal injury. Delta thinks that she has the upper hand as Naruto goes to his knees. And a lot of people start to kind of question here. Even I question. It's just like, man, I know Naruto's a little bit more capable than this. You know? And even Boruto tries to go in and help, and Naruto's like, no, stay back, all that good stuff. And as Naruto's just like, don't you touch my son, don't you go anywhere near him, or else you will be the one to die. And so Delta goes on the offensive. It's just like, she's like, you're in no position to make demands, and she, steps on his wound and all that good stuff, just showing that she has the upper hand. And then Naruto starts to kind of ask her questions. Don't lay a finger on Kawaki, don't you do anything to harm him. What are you all about? How are you so strong? You must be fairly confident to infiltrate enemy territory all by yourself. That's a big risk. Why are you so hung up on Kawaki? What is he to you? And immediately, the reader I caught on, Delta catches on. It's just like, oh, you're faking this. And she pulls out the spike from Naruto, and he's screaming out in pain, and she's just like, you're a horrible actor. And Naruto just gets up, heals his wound. It's just like, okay, that's how you figured me out. And everyone's just like, dude, what the hell, man? But, it was all a ploy in order for him to get some information. And this just pisses off Delta even more as she feels like she's being made fun of. But it makes sense, neither one is showing their full hand. That's the thing about fighting. These are, despite the grandiose powers, they're still ninja. They still keep things on the DL. Don't show everything you're capable of to your opponent right out the gate. Keep something secret. And then people wonder, it's just like, well, why didn't Naruto just go full-on QB form and dominate her from the onset? Because a lot of his power, as we've seen in, later on stuff of Naruto, is very unsuitable for a confined space. He may be in a wide open forest, but his power is enough to level mountains. Like, I would not want him to be doing anything extravagant right here and now, especially with the kids not even a few yards away. No, don't do that. See what she's about first and see if you can handle it. Because that might just be how much Naruto is just not seeing her as a non-issue. Just the fact that he's not pulling out all the stops, that he wants to capture her alive. Don't, destroy her outright. Get her and just get some information from her possibly. And with every threat that Delta puts out, even Naruto's just like, yeah, I'm not scared of you. He just feels no sense of menace from Delta, which just pisses her off even more. And then they finally start to really go all in, radiating chakra energy, which really makes this feel like something out of DBZ. But then again, that's how Naruto's been for a good long while. These grandiose battles. And they start to clash, they start to grapple, go all out. It's very apparent that Naruto isn't really having too much trouble with her. But the thing is, he doesn't know. Again, he doesn't know what she's capable of. As they grapple, she brings the Rasengan out of her eye. And if you like this video, leave me a like, and if you didn't, feel free to leave me a dislike and tell me what I'm doing wrong in the comment section below so that I might better myself for future videos. And how about subscribing, because I'll definitely be bringing you more chapter reviews of Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. But until then, thanks so much for joining me, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.